Live. Thank you very much, brethren, for joining me from wherever you are tuning in tonight. Remember that after reading the caption of this broadcast, the next is to read the description of the broadcast, where other topics are also being kind of like highlighted. Then like the broadcast, because you liking the broadcast shows that you are here, like marking the register, sort of. Then share the broadcast to invite your friends, your not so friendly friends, and tell them all that Mayegun today, Mayegun is live. Tonight, we are starting our searchlight beaming on an event that took place, a tragedy, an unfortunate incident that took place today in Uromi, in Edo State. You probably have seen a few of that. If you don't have the full detail, right? But you probably have been hearing about the incident. If you have been on the internet today, it's an unfortunate one. And so, what is the story? It is reported after the attack, put it that way. It was reported that some Hausa hunters, right, were traveling from Port Harcourt to Kano, like going up north, when their truck, okay, got spotted by the Edo State vigilante group, who then ordered them to park. And upon inspection, they found about 12 Dane guns. You remember those guns that you have to be putting powder inside and you have to be like, setting and like kicking and something like that, right? Before you shoot a round, a Dane gun. And from nowhere, an alarm was raised that there was a truck conveying Fulani terrorists, the kidnappers, with their guns. And the moment the people heard this news, they rushed down to the spot where the vigilantes themselves lost control of the crowd. So at the end of the day, about 20 of them, they were accused of being kidnappers, suspected kidnappers. So that was when jungle justice was applied. And right there and then, 20 of them were attacked. 16 died immediately because they were set ablaze. But 4 survived the attack. Now, a lot of reactions have followed this. Bloggers, right? And some other social media handles have portrayed the news, just like I said it from the start, that they were kidnappers because of the Dane guns. Others were like, the trauma that the people of Edo State have been subjected to for years now, especially in the last 6 months, is enough for them to react the way they reacted, since they have been left to their own fate, like they have been left on their own by the government that was supposed to provide security for them. They have been kidnapped. Their women have been raped. They have paid ransoms. They have been killed by these murderous Fulani terrorists in Edo State. But these were not Fulanis. From the reports, they were Hausas. And, if not because of what Nigeria has now become, right, it wouldn't be a crime, okay, to be an hunter, right, that probably lives in a particular part of the country and then moving to the other part of the country, but things have so changed that this tragedy is just one too many. Divided people, traumatized people, unprotected people, and incompetent as well as the corrupt system that operates in that place continue to put the lives of everyone in danger. When they say, may Nigeria not happen to you, Nigeria can happen to you just anytime, anywhere, and it doesn't matter, by the way, your status. So from Edo State, from Uromi, in Edo State where this happened. We have had some, Northerners who live in Edo State who have started protesting as well. The women, they heard this news, but it was too late. 16 Northerners were slaughtered and burned to death, right? While 4 of them are reported to be very much in critical conditions at the hospital in Edo State as we speak. But from the scene, from those who are reacting, right, I have cut off at the part where they were actually burning people, like burnt bodies. I have to take that out. It was gory. Can't share that. So I'll share with you the part where before things got bloody and deadly, okay, as well as the protest that followed. So we shall start from that tonight. Let's go to Uromi. Red train.
Where the proof away come outside, the energy. They don't block everywhere. Energy power. Wait, come. Anybody go back? They block Uromi Road because energy is among the kidnappers. They block everywhere. Energy because the youth are very angry now because energy know.
Hey, come, you.
Go back. Yeah, go back. Anyway.
You, they'll beat you.
But so they must come on. You must come out. Where go? He must come out. Wait till Bungbe. Not too much. They are blocking Uromi because it's too much. All no J is the ones, and there's a kidnapper reported on OJ that OJ is among the people. So boy, the youth are angry. They're blocked from the palace.
No, soldier for come outside, soldier. No, if boys come outside, go too rough.
Police nothing else.
This is Hausa community in Uromi protesting that some of the persons were killed.
Well, let's be very clear, because I understand that Nigeria is a place where misinformation thrives seriously, like it's like hot cake. And most of the time, it is always too late before people like use their common sense. Number one, the Fulani terrorists terrorizing Nigeria. Majority of them are domiciled in your forest. That's where they have built their camps. Then Fulani terrorists don't use Dane guns. You see all those guns we call the shakabulas. The terrorists that are kidnapping people from, I have not seen anywhere that the victims of a kidnapping in any part of Nigeria came back and said, oh, they were holding Dane guns. They were holding shakabula, local hunter guns. Right? I don't know how much effect the damages that Nigeria has done on all of us. I mean, it's on the current generation or on other people. But when I was growing up, right, almost every farmer I knew was also a hunter that had their own Dane guns. And I'm talking about Dane guns. These are the guns that you get to probably ask the blacksmith to make you, the local ones. The terrorists who have been kidnapping our people, raping and killing them, collecting ransoms, these are AK-47 wielding terrorists. And they don't use trucks like that because they are already there in our different communities, in our different states, in the South. They've already built their camps. They have their spies who goes about everywhere. So this is one error of judgment, which is also because of the lack of trust that the failed system has somehow ingrained in us. Nobody trusts the system. In places where communities came together to fight these terrorists and apprehended some of them as well, they ended up being released by the police. So I understand, but that shouldn't automatically makes us start sounding like, foolish or stupid people. Okay? So there is no Fulani terrorist in any part of Nigeria that is going about with Shakabula, Dane gun. None. But yeah, may Nigeria not happen to you, may Nigeria not happen to you, that we always sort of like really kind of express. Some of you who are like the one Nigerianists, sometimes you feel like it is a slow prayer against Nigeria because, you know, a rotten system, a system where you have a compromised institutions and men and women who are supposed to be law enforcers are corrupt to the tail, right? So what you are going to have is an unjust system that can take your life anytime and anywhere. You know, your life can be snatched from you inside. That's what we mean, that Nigeria can happen to you inside your own house without you going anywhere. You may be this very respectful, gentle, quiet individual who never even criticizes the government. But guess what, right? The same government that you believe that you are not criticizing will still come for you. That's what it means by may Nigeria not happen to you. Because those who killed these Hausa travelers, they were taking the revenge on these innocent people who have committed no real crime against them because the system has failed just everyone. I heard that they've arrested 14 people. That's another thing. By the time you begin to probe the people that the system, because it was given, they give an order. That's because this has become a big thing. So to show that Tifnungu and his gang, right, are pretty much not on the, not in the know. So they've decided that, oh yeah, he must arrest the people that now they have started raiding people. 14 people have been reportedly arrested by the police because some of these Hausas themselves on social media, they are beginning to make threats. Threats like that town, that Uromi town, they should not go to sleep, or they should not go to bed. They killed innocent this and that. They killed the Hausa, they killed the Northerners. We are going to, those kind of talks, which in itself, right, is one of the factors of the disjointed, imbalanced system that you have in that contraption that brought us to this stage in the first place. A place they forced us to live together as one, even though we are not one. A place where we can't really wait to start killing ourselves at any given opportunity. Boom, unleash it. How many people dead now? Oh, it's just about 10 people. Oh, it's just 20 people. Just human beings. Because that's what happened in Abuja this afternoon as well. You've heard that. between the Shiites and the Nigerian army. They have history. You see, you have heard a lot about the killings in southern Kaduna, orchestrated by El Rufaya of Kaduna. But before the southern Kaduna's killings, later, sort of the death of tens of thousands of people by this El Rufaya in Kaduna. The first set of people to have the pang, the venom of El Rufaya and the Nigerian army, they were the Shiites. And this was as early as November 2015. This was just about 5 months after Bukwari took over. The Shiites were having their procession. And somehow, there are so many. So they said their procession now caused traffic for the chief of army staff, Buratai the Butcher. So Buratai the Butcher angrily left the scene and ordered his own soldiers to teach these Shiites a lesson of their life. Baba, 5 days in Zaria, Nigerian army were busy, right? Hunting down every Shiite that they could get. They killed, El Zazaki, their leader, right? They killed 4 of his own sons in his presence. El Zazaki himself was beaten beyond recognition. They killed one of his wives as well. And these were just among other 1,400 and something people, including children, that they slaughtered. 5 days, uninterrupted the slaughtering of the Shiites. Then they took their leader to prison. You know this story, right? At that moment, the Shiites, El Rufaya, the Kaduna little finger, had to come in. It was the one, who actually organized the mass burial for over 1,400 human beings, the Shiites, that they slaughtered in the space of 5 days in 2015. That is one of the crimes against humanity I told you of. Unmarked grave, they buried. They dug about 4 graves, 4 unmarked graves, where they dumped the body of these people they killed in Zaria that year. But that was just the beginning. Because throughout the Bukwari's time, it just became something like a pastime for them. Whenever you see the Shiites, you will see the Nigerian army mounting their, what do you call that thing? That thing that, the sandbags. They will be mounting sandbags in the middle of the road, positioning themselves ready to shoot to kill new in the middle of Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. So that's what happened today. Because in Nigeria, right, they will tell you that all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others, right? 2 leg is good, 4 leg is bad, kind of a thing, right? That's exactly the situation. So the level of marginalization, right? Those who are being tracked, profiled because of their ethnic nationalities, the Igbos, then the Christians in Nigeria being persecuted by the Islamic terrorists in government. But when you go to that same up north, the Shiites have always been in the bad book of those ones in government. They will say, but they are the same religion now. They are the same Muslims. Say, well, I thought as much. I thought so too, but now in practice, that's actually not what it is for these guys. Right? So what happened today? There was a report that the Shiites, they did provoke and frustrated the Bukwari's government that they had to let El Zagzaki go. Remember? Yeah, they had to let him go for 6 years. Until the guy became partially blind as we speak. Anyway, today, they said the Shiites were doing what they call the pro-Palestine procession. And just for clarity as well, right? You see, every time something happens to the West, right, the Americans or, or any terrorism acts actually happen to them. In Nigeria, the people that celebrate that in Nigeria, they are mostly the Shiites, unrelenting. Okay? So they are there today to pretty much support Palestine. Okay? And in a democracy, I think it's their right, kind of.